Once checked, the fruit is transferred to the crusher as quickly and efficiently as possible. The speed and manner in which this is done depends on the size of the bodega. In some smaller, quality-conscious estates, the bunches are sorted by hand to ensure that only the finest grapes are fermented. You have to look hard to find people treading grapes in traditional lagars nowadays. It's dangerously heady work that's really only done by families for their own consumption. It's not so long ago, though, that making wine in this way, using quite sophisticated mechanical presses, was commonplace. Today, modern commercial wineries leave nothing to chance. Equipment that sometimes seems to have been borrowed from a James Bond film is increasingly being used at every stage of the production process. Computers are used to control the movement of juice and wine from one tank to another, and to ensure that it is maintained at precisely the right temperature. Stainless steel has replaced concrete and wood. And the importance of hygiene and constant checking of the wine are now taken as a matter of course. Beyond all the stainless steel, oak casks have a crucial role to play, and nowhere more than in Jerez. It is in the butt that the Fino sherry develops its flor, the layer of yeast from which it derives its unique bready, tangy flavour. Traditionally, the flor was treated as a mysterious and unpredictable gift of the gods that capriciously appeared in one butt but not the next. Today, though, the researchers are working hard to unlock the secret, to enable them to make even better sherry. But in the bodega, some things never change. No one has found an alternative to the Solera system, where the wine is aged by a progression through several stages from younger to older. Sherry never owes its flavour to new oak, but the demand for new casks for Spanish red and white table wines is sufficient to make cooperage a major business. American and French oak staves are bent into shape over flames, whose charring effect will contribute a vanilla taste to the wine. Maturing wine in oak barrels is an old tradition in Spain, but this process too is now treated scientifically, as winemakers choose particular styles of wood and cooperage to suit specific wines. Nowadays, too, Spanish winemakers are taking the trouble to ferment modern white wines in oak barrels. It's a trickier process, but it does make for wines with a much more integrated vanilla flavor. One of the best examples of the surprising nature of the Spanish wine revolution are the young winemakers who have gone a full circle, bringing back oak fermenting vats as replacements for the stainless steel ones they had before. Bottling, once a haphazard activity, is now often as automated as fermentation and subject to the same kind of quality control. Some bottles will be kept by the bodega for a few years before being sold, to comply with the Reserva and Gran Reserva aging rules. Special bottles may be left in the cellar for a little longer. Today, more than ever before, producers have to pay attention to the way the wine is packaged and presented. Spanish labels are changing fast too, in response to the international demand for brighter colors and eye-catching design. Even when you have made a good wine and packaged it well, there remains the matter of telling the world about it. Spain's once reticent winemakers are today developing highly